welcome everybody to this reception and this award ceremony. So tonight we will be honoring companies, products, and individuals who have not only made a substantial impact on our industry this year, but have shown the visionary qualities and future promise. The awards will be given in three categories, and we have the awards right here. The first would be for the Visionary Executive of the Year Award, the Most Innovative Product of the Year Award, and the Most Promising Company of the Year Award. So we're honoring a company, a product, and an executive. Just to briefly introduce the Board of Judges, so you don't blame me if you didn't win. I'm a member of ex officio. Actually, I just break the tie. There's seven Board of Judges, and we're distributed geographically and as well as in different market segments. We have someone from Asia, Tom Vanderheyden, from Eurasia Technology, Jan Grundle Vivanco, who used to work for Eutelsat, is based in Paris. Robert Bell, he couldn't make it today because of another engagement, unfortunately. But we have here Elizabeth Tweedy. Elizabeth, may I just ask you to stand up to acknowledge our president of Definitive. She is the president of Definitive Direction. It's a consulting and research firm, and she also is an associate editor of Satellite Markets and Research. And Dan Fryer. Dan, please. Dan is the principal of AdWaves Marketing. It's a marketing and PR firm based in Los Angeles, California, and also a frequent contributor to the Satellite Executive Briefing magazine. But first, a word from our sponsors. You know, this event would not have been possible with the help of all our members of our Board of Judges, and actually, I didn't mention Bruce Elbert, by the way. He couldn't come here too because of another, but he's been here the last 2 years and he's been supportive of this event. So it's actually a co-presenting. It's application technology strategy. That's his company. And this year we have Crystal Solutions. And here to give us a few words is their CEO, Roger Franklin.
Thank you, Virgil. I want to first start by congratulating all the finalists. Gary Hatch, Andy Start, Newtek, Schedule, Integrasys, and Avantec Wireless. So congratulations for being finalists. You said I had about 20 minutes to speak.
That's if you're buying dinners for everybody.
Oh, all right, sorry. I missed that one. I was going to talk a little bit about a cruise trip 18 years ago, back before we had connectivity on the cruise ship. But Virgil said I should give a brief history of the company as well. So my company, Crystal Solutions, is now 28 years old. So I was 10 years into it when I went on that cruise. And 28 years ago, I would go to these type of shows and have to explain to companies and people that walk up what monitor and control was and why they would possibly need it. Back then things were a little simpler and people just didn't understand the need for centralized management. Clearly that's no longer the message today. Everybody understands that need. And I'm privileged to have some customers that have been around for good part of those 28 years. And they're still customers, and they've trusted their networks to Crystal so that we can monitor and control and manage their equipment. And now that we are where we are today, satellite communications and satellite systems are so common. Everybody expects them to be there. You get on a cruise ship today, and your cell phone works. You have data connectivity. You've got Wi-Fi to the ship, linked up via satellite out to the rest of the world. And it just works. It's so common now. Students at universities are launching satellites during their 4-year career, running experiments with those small sats in LEO and low Earth orbits, and people expect it to be there. And one of the things that this industry has done really well at over the years is making those extremely complex satellite networks much simpler to operate, much simpler to control, much simpler to manage. I'm glad Crystal's part of that simple solution, providing that capability, and I'd like to congratulate the finalists here for also making the complex satellite networks that we use today so simple and easy to use that they are as pervasive as they are. And we have the connectivity around the world that we enjoy today. So congratulations to all of you. I'll turn it back over to Virgil and get on with the ceremony.
Thank you, Roger. I think that really captures what we're trying to do here, to promote innovation and more forward thinking. So now for the awards. The first award that we're going to be awarding is the Most Promising Company of the Year award. Anyway, so this is a most deserving company that won this award. Actually, they've been winning awards not just with Satellite Markets and Research and Division Awards, but others like the World Teleport Association and Frost & Sullivan for different various things, for best practices, for different products. So the winner of the Most Promising Company of the Year award is Advantech Wireless, not by default, but truly deserving of it. Over the years, Advantech Wireless has consistently experienced rapid growth in addition to designing innovative products that have revolutionized the industry. It has made significant business acquisitions, adding to its strengths, global presence, and depth of services. Coupled with ongoing product development, these acquisitions have given Advantech Wireless a complete portfolio for all facets of network support. So here to accept the award is David, have you here in the middle? David Gellerman, their CEO.
Thank you, Virgil. Thank you, Julie, for nominating and awarding us this prestigious award. It's actually, we have second award like this. Last year we got award for Best Technology of the Year. I hope we got it for real merit of our company and not just by default of somebody who withdrew the nomination. But just the same, it's very pleasant to have it, and it signifies what our company went through, good restructuring and good. It's actually a brand new company. In the last 4 years, what we completely absorbed companies what we acquired, and we went back to profitability in the last 4 years, every single quarter. And this is testament what we're doing, it's right, and we're just hoping that we will continue to be lucky enough to be able to continue to grow like we did last year. We grew 22% in our revenues. We got a lot of recognition in gallium nitride. Bringing gallium nitride technology to sophistication and to prominence, what it is today. And it's good to see what at least 15 other companies follow suit and declaring that we have gallium nitride products as well. Not the same power level, not the same breadth and performance, but it's good what technology is. It's moving forward, and everybody now embracing it. And again, it would not happen without our dedicated and knowledgeable team members who are designing, manufacturing, and selling our products. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, David. The next award that we will be presenting is the Most Innovative Product of the Year award. And this is where we got the most nominations. It's very competitive, and we've got a good crop of finalists representing various technologies. The first of which is Newtek's MX DMA technology. It's the return technology that incorporates the best features of MF, TDMA, and SCPC technologies, and at the same time solves the difficult choice to select one or the other. The MX DMA return technology on the Newtek Dialog platform adjusts the frequency plan, the symbol rate, the modulation, coding, and power in real time for every terminal in the satellite network. Our next finalist is Integrasys SAT Motion Pocket. It's the first system on the market which allows VSAT installers and broadcasters to access the satellite without need to call on the NOC or the hub, just by using Google Glass or a smartphone app. SatMotion Pocket allows to minimize OpEx for network deployments and possible ASI interferences by providing the most accurate measurements to the operator on a very intuitive interface. And our last finalist is Schedule All's Portal. Schedule All Portal brings the business of buying and selling transmission feeds into the 21st century. Portal is a web-based platform for customers to book occasional use feeds online in real time directly into the provider's Schedule All system. And the winner of the 2014 Innovative Product of the Year Award is Integrisys SatMotion Pocket. And here to accept the award is Alvaro Sanchez, sales manager, and Dan and Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Virgil. Thank you, judges. We really appreciate this. We have been working really hard for achieving a very innovative product which can minimize the interference while deploy much faster the SATCON communications. So we have been working as a team very hard, and we are very proud of it. You will excuse me because I would like to run the app just 1 second. So just clicking here. Okay, let's set motion. So right now I'm running the most innovative product of the year. Thank you.
Don't you have to cancel the command? Some VSAT is working now in New York.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Alvaro. That's truly an innovative product. And the final award for the evening is for the Visionary of the Year, Visionary Executive of the Year Award. And since this is our 3rd year, we've had some luminaries in the industry win this award before. So whoever wins tonight will be following on some huge footsteps. Past winners include Mark Dankberg, CEO of Viasat, and David Hirschberg of Globecom Systems. The finalists this year are, it's Andy Stark, that's the typo. During a time of government cutbacks and widespread military withdrawals, Andy took on the big audacious goal of doubling Inmarsat's global government revenue, shifting the goalposts as required to do so. Whereas government revenue has traditionally been within the realm of defense spending, Andy recognized that a paradigm shift was required to reach Everest-like targets. So he went after new customer types, new geographies, new solutions, and new approaches to the market. And that resulted in the doubling of the revenue, and no small part to his vision, his vision as a company. And here to represent, Andy Stark couldn't come here because he had another function in Australia, but his colleague Michael Rack is here to represent him. Michael? I jumped the gun there a little bit. The next finalist, as you can see, is Gary Hatch. Gary? He's everybody knows Gary. Everybody recognizes him. He's the president and CEO of ATCI. He's been in the SATCOM and electronic media industry since 1981. He has extensive domestic and international experience in SATCOM, cable TV, broadband, telephone, internet, and the broadcast entertainment industries. He's the co-inventor of the pioneering Simulsat satellite dish system, which is an innovative dish that is able to uplink and downlink to multiple satellites. ATCI is unique among equipment manufacturers in that it's also a teleport operator and a service provider, and is heavily involved in the content management space. He also speaks frequently at the conferences and all over the world, and he's been promoting the message of promoting broadband even before it became the developed industry that it is now. And the winner of the 2014 Visionary Executive of the Year Award is Gary Hatch.
So the security guard asked if I was performing tonight, so I said they're bringing my guitar and ensemble. Well, thank you, and thanks to all the sponsors and those involved, and Virgil and his team, and for all that they do. Reporting they do so critical for us to really have vision and understand where we need to go in this marketplace. Navigation that's so critical for us all. You know, when you think of something like this, a Visionary Award, I look back and you know, there's so many guys that have been involved with it. I've got several here, Bill Pryall, Anthony Graves, Israel Lopez, and others here that have been part of that vision. I'm just kind of like a tree. I absorb information and try to figure out where to go with that kind of life force of knowledge that comes from everyone. Gene Augustin, you know, early engineer with us, conceptualized the prime focus side of the Simulsat. I had worked for John Malone, and he talked about 500 satellites, and I believed it. I mean, come on, I believed it. But, you know, really when you talk about vision, I've tried to inspire people, because I know when I was a young guy, just coming out of college, you know, the first guy I met coming in from into the NAB parking lot, and I was there for extra credit in college, and it was a guy in a plaid suit, white belt, cowboy boots. I was telling John McCuskey this, and I was actually trying to bum the badge, if you can imagine, to get in. Yeah, I didn't know how to get in. Not how to get into a conference, give me a break. But anyway, he looked at me, and I probably didn't know what I was doing, and he said, son, do you need a badge? You need a way to get in here? And I said, I do. And he said, Jack Valenti. First guy I met in the industry, so, you know, president of the MPAA. I thought, well, it's going well so far. And so we went, he took me to the NAB, and he said, this is my new friend Gary, get him a badge. So anyway, he told me at that time, he said, just keep looking out. This market's going to build, and it's going to build nice. But I look back, you know, everyone, and I think it's important for us to be inspirational. You know, I've had so many people that have helped me kind of garner how to look at things, and a lot of it's belief. I remember my dad was a grape grower down in Mexico, and we went out in the desert. I was about 10 years old, and we looked over this piece of land. It was just all desert in Hermosillo, Sonora, right in the middle of Sonora, Mexico, south of Phoenix. And he said, you know, we're going to have a vineyard here. And I'm kind of looking, what's he looking at? You know, and he said, there's water down there. I'm like, I believe you. And he's told me, he said, we're going to be the first grape on the American market. I've got it all figured out. I've talked to all the experts. And for me as a 10-year-old, to kind of watch an entrepreneur vision was so instructive. And it was so difficult. You know, so hard to stay at your game and navigate, re-navigate, and work with all of the team members that make things happen and be aware of it. It's a level of humility, but a lot of drive. He did that, and he was the first grape on the American market. I think the American Fruit Growers Association sued us for 20 years, but he ended up selling to the American Fruit Growers Association of all things. But that kind of vision, you know, you just have to inspire people to go there, create jobs, look to where they might be able to go, kind of unfurl those sails, you know, take the boat out of the harbor and let it go, baby, and just keep it, stay with it, and listen to your good people. And if I've had one vision, and my vision was that associate myself with really good people. You know, I married right, she's been right by my side. I've had my brother, who is a quiet, you know, you talk about co-inventor, you know, he comes into Gene Augustin, because he really perfected the Simulsat. A lot of the systems that we do, well beyond antennas. And, you know, we were loading an antenna, or putting it up on a roof. And he said, Gary, you come out of the office to help us? I'm going to be here for the big lift. He said, you take the tagline, you stand underneath it. He said, if it falls on somebody, because I don't know how the rigging is on this thing, it weighs about 30,000 pounds. If it breaks loose, it's a tragedy if it hits somebody else. But if it hits you, it's poetic justice. He said, you'll be memorialized in your industry, baby. Stand right underneath there. I said, he's got a vision, man. He's got a vision. But yeah, I hope we can do that. I hope we can kind of find young guys in parking lots, you know, wherever we are, and just, you know, that's a critical voice. Sometimes just one voice. And sometimes you gotta say, stay at it. And you guys that have businesses know what I'm talking about. But I appreciate you colleagues. You know, it's fantastic to associate with you, not only here, but all over the world. Fight good battles everywhere. I mean, in some crazy places. I thank Mike Antonovich for introducing me to the most famous arms trader in the world. I survived Victor Bout, but anyway, and many others. I mean, we've had some real characters to interact with, and I thank you very much.
Things that happened to the industry the last month, there's 2 major accidents of rockets. This industry is fraught with risks. It's kind of a sobering reminder. That was in the editorial that I wrote. But that's what spurs us on, and we look forward to seeing you all again in the next 2015 Vision Awards. So thank you all, and I always end with this note, that we're all winners here. In fact, the finalists will be now called honorees. So everybody becomes a winner in this proceeding. So thank you again, and have a good rest of your evening.